So let's walk through how we can use the Teachable Machine audio project to create a simple sound classifier. And we're going to walk through the exercise in the worksheet where we're going to classify the and the sounds. So first thing, we're going to pick audio project. So you'll see it looks very similar to the image project, except it's given us a background noise class by default, and then class 2, and then other classes we can add. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to record some background noise, and we're going to use that for the classifier to be able to tell when a sound is being made versus when it's just background noise. And unlike the image classifier, you can only upload files that were recorded using the microphone to begin with. So we're going to look at how we can upload files a little bit later after we have recorded some sound samples through the microphone. So to get started with the background noise, we're going to click on the mic, and the way that Teachable Machine works with audio classifiers is that the audio samples are always going to be 1 second each. So you can't record whole big long sentences and be able to classify sentences as a single unit, but you can record and classify 1 second sound samples. So with the background noise, all we're going to do is we're just going to record 20 seconds of background noise. So we're just going to let this record, and I'll just leave it quiet for 20 seconds, and then we'll see what happens next. Okay, so you'll see here that those little white lines, those little white markings that you would have seen as we went along recording, they were 1 second intervals, and after you've recorded the 20 seconds, Teachable Machine has sliced up that 20 second recording into 20 1 second samples. So I'm going to click on Extract Sample, and it's going to automatically generate 20 samples of 1 second each, consisting of background noise. So we can record more if we like, particularly if your background is going to contain a lot of different types of noises that may occur here or there or intermittently. But we're okay for now. If you did want to play around with this though, you can click on this cog button for the settings. You can change how long you want the recording to go for, and the delay is basically how long it should wait between each sample. So a delay of 0 seconds means it's going to chop it up into 20 consecutive 1 second segments. If you had a delay of 1 second, it would chop it up by 1 second, wait 1 second, chop up another second, wait 1 second. So this is great if you wanted to have a bit of a pause to get ready for your next sample. But it doesn't really matter for background noise, so that's all good. I'm going to save the settings, and we now have our 20 audio samples for background noise. So let's go to class 2 now, and this one will be our, let's say, our accent sound. So this is the or the sound. I'm making that the class name. I'm going to go to the mic here, and I'm just checking that the duration is just 1 second. So I'm just going to record 1 second at a time. And then all I'm going to do is record 1 second of me making that accent sound. So or I'm going to do it using a variety of different pitches, tempos, maybe volume as well. It needs a minimum of 8 samples, but we'll just see how far we go. So I'll do a minimum of 8, and I'll see if there are more that I can produce. So this is the accent sound. So that's one. I'm going to extract that. So there's my one sample. I'm going to do another one. Okay, I'm going to change the pitch. Uh-huh. So I've got 8 there. I might just try some quicker ones, so faster tempo. Okay, so I've got 14 there. I think that's okay for now. And so I'm going to add the third class. So this will be the descent sound. So this is the the sound. So I'll go through a similar process. Microphone, It's a duration of 1 second with 0 delay, so that's all good. So let's record these. Uh-uh. 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 Okay, I went really high there. So I've got 8 there. So we've got the minimum. We've met the minimum requirements. 8 for the descent, 14 for the ascent, and 20 background noise. So just like what we did with the image classifier, we're going to go through and train our model. The advanced settings only has epochs here. Doesn't have learning rate and the other one that the image one had. Okay, so we're going to leave the epochs at 50. That's fine. Let's train our model. Okay, so immediately after we have trained our model, we jump straight into the preview. And you can see this is running in real time. And you can see the microphone input going in here. And the ongoing classifications occurring here. So I'm talking, and so it's triggering all this stuff. But if I keep quiet, you can see it's mostly background noise. And now I'm going to start making some ascent and descent sounds to see what type of results it's giving me. Okay, so that was pretty clearly ascent. I'll try it with a different pitch. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of ascent sounds to see how this bar down here is going to change. Uh-huh. 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 Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so that's pretty good for the ascent sounds. You'll see that because it's running in real time, the bars are changing. You'll see sometimes the ascent sound goes really high, and then the descent sound flicks in. This number here, 0.5, is the overlap factor, which is saying how often Teachable Machine is looking at our recordings to classify. So you can see 0.5, that's actually related to the width of these bars that are scrolling across here. This means it's sampling, or it's looking at our recordings every 0.5 of a second. Okay, so even though our samples are 1 second, it's checking it every 0.5 seconds. So there's an overlap between two samples that are coming right after another. So I'm going to check the descent sounds now, make a whole bunch of them, and keep our eyes on the purple bar to see how well it does. Mm-mm. 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 Uh-uh. 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 Okay, so it's doing pretty... I think that's doing okay. If you want to improve the performance of any of those classes, you can always go back to your samples and add more to them. Okay, so if I want to go back, let's say I didn't like the performance of the descent class, I can always go back to here, go click on mic, and then record some more samples. So let's just do that right now. Mm-mm. And re-extract it. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Okay, so I've added a bunch more there, another 4, I think. So I'm going to retrain my model. It's going to go through and take into account those extra samples that we added. And let's just see whether our descent is any better. Mm-mm. 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 Uh-uh. 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 Okay, looks a little bit better. Don't know. So that is how we can use our sound classifier in Teachable Machines.